Why avoid a ground invasion? Kharg Island. Kharg Island is Iran's primary oil export artery and the top strategic target in any potential conflict. However, military reality confirms that placing soldiers on this island is a strategic suicide and a guaranteed trap. A ground invasion of Kharg Island or any other island at this time is a major mistake. It means turning soldiers into stationary and easy targets in close proximity to fortified and concealed Iranian forces that possess long-range missiles and drones. This proximity leaves forces vulnerable to intensive attacks by kamikaze drones, short-range missiles, and landmine fields. Any human presence on Kharg Island or any other island will inevitably lead to hundreds of casualties in a daily war of attrition that will not stop over time. There is no need for such a move now, as the same objective can be achieved outside the zone and range of Iranian weaponry. The most effective and safer alternative for pressuring Iran by stopping Iranian oil and gas shipments is to move the theater of operations to open waters in the Gulf of Oman or the Indian Ocean. There, naval forces possess freedom of movement and technical superiority, far from the range of Iranian coastal fire. The plan relies on intercepting Iranian vessels or tankers heading to or from Kharg and using wireless communications and aerial warning shots to completely paralyze navigation around Kharg Island itself without landing any troops. This achieves the goal without risking the lives of soldiers in a high danger zone. As for the long-term goal of opening the Strait of Hormuz, the focus must be on striking missile and drone sites, as well as their storage and manufacturing centers. This should be coupled with intensifying operations in areas near the Strait of Hormuz to establish a safe zone with a depth of 200 to 300 kilometers. Additionally, any remaining ships or boats along all Iranian coasts must be destroyed to ensure they are not used in attacks or relocated later to obstruct navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. The Iranian threat to close the Strait of Hormuz has lost its strategic value, given that navigation for Arab oil and gas exporting countries is already disrupted or threatened. There is no longer a real risk preventing the stoppage of Iranian and other vessels carrying Iranian oil outside the strait. Smart warfare requires protecting the lives of soldiers and controlling maritime paths from safe distances, rather than becoming easy targets on the shores of Kharg Island. On the other hand, extreme caution must be exercised against methods of treachery. One must avoid trusting the promises of the mullahs or accepting their gifts, as these gifts could be booby-trapped to explode at the right moment. Therefore, absolute caution and refusing offerings is the safest principle. Furthermore, any negotiations in countries that maintain a truce with Iran must be strictly avoided, as this poses a grave danger to the safety of negotiators through poisoning, drugging, or other conventional methods. This warning may seem extreme, but with the mindset of the Iranian regime, which lacks human values and relies on irrational logic, everything remains possible and expected.